Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another weekly setup. So I'm done analyzing over 20 pairs using FX strategy instead of forget strategy, and these are the best pairs I'll be willing to trade next week, right? So last week, market really just did whatever market wanted to do, but now let us see what we have for this week. So the very first pair I have is GBP USD, right? So we have a very strong area of interest right here on the daily time frame. If I go over to the weekly time frame, you can also see that we have multiple rejections on that same area, right? So this is a daily and a weekly area of interest. Now, weekly time frame is also bearish, and 4 hour time frame is also bearish. So we have two time frame in sync with the higher time frames. Now, but coming over to the 4 hour time frame, 4 hour time frame is currently bullish. This right here is the higher high, and this right here is the higher low. So this is just a personal thing where I like the combination of the daily, 4 hour and 1 hour to be in the same direction for me to enter the trade. So for 4 hour to still be bullish, I really am not still confident on that trade. So for me to pay attention to this market, I really still need the 4 hour to shift bearish again, right? So now, here is my game plan for this market. So I need price to pretty much do what price will do and break under this low. Once we break under this low, I'll start paying attention to the 1 hour time frame for the entries, for the break, retest, and engulfing to sell this market eventually. So this is my first pair for this week. We have similar price action on Euro USD. So just know that weekly and daily are also bearish, and 4 hour again is also bullish. So for Euro USD, it's either price will break above this high and shift structure again, or break below this low, just like GBP USD, and shift structure bearish. So it just depends on what market does. But I actually prefer market to break under its low, just like GBP USD, right? Now the third pair we have is AUD USD. So AUD USD, let me show you what we have. So AUD USD on the daily time frame is currently bearish, right? This right here is market going bullish and it shifted bearish. This right here is the lower low and this right here is the lower high. The area of interest on the daily time frame is not so clean. As you can see, we have just one rejection, two rejection, and somewhat of a rejection. So for us to see the area of interest a little bit more clearer, we need um we need to see it on the 4 hour time frame, right? So 4 hour time frame, if you come over to the 4 hour time frame, you can see that rejections are now clearer. So we have one rejection, two, three, and let's just call this one four rejections. So for us to sell this market, and the reason we are selling, by the way, is that daily is bearish, weekly is technically bullish, and 4 hour is technically all over the place. But if you can have this break under these lows, then will be bearish, right? So that will mean that daily and 4 hour will be bearish, and then the 1 hour will also be bearish for us to sell this market, right? So what we just need is a break, retracement, and engulfing for us to sell, right? So that is the game plan I have for next week. GPP NZD is another pair I'm willing to see next week. So from last week, we are predicting buys, and I'm expecting that price will continue buying for this new week, right? Until we get to this structure point, which is the take profit target on the daily time frame. For us to continue buying this new week, we need a clear break and retest above this area to buy, right? You can see that the EMA is now shifting bullish right now. So that is the fourth pair I'm willing to see this week. AUD card is another pair I'm willing to see. It's pretty much very similar to GBP USD, no, AUD USD, right? So again, on the 4 hour time frame, we still need that break and retest to sell. It's very similar price action to AUD USD. And then the last pair is AUD JPY. So for some strange reason, I'm expecting to buy this market, and we need price to shift this high. So we need price to break above this high to be bullish. Then we have the retracement and engulfing to buy. So let me show you how it looks on other time frames. So as you can see, overall market direction on this market seems to have been going up, right? Now, area of interest is not that clean. As you can see, we have exactly three rejections. So we have one, two, three rejections. So it's still valid, but it's not, a very great one like that. Then 4 hour time frame is pretty much bearish, right? For us to be interested in buying, we just need a break above this high. It's still a very risky one, by the way, right? So we don't really have very much great markets this week, right? But that's what we have. That's what we have, right? Again, I wanted to show you guys something which I showed on the longer version of these setups is how to calculate your lot size, right? How to calculate lot size here on TradingView. So assuming we are buying from this market right here, let's say we are buying from this market, you put your entry after your confirmatory entry, remember, after the engulfing. So let's just use this one. Assuming we are entering on this market right here. So if you put your entry right here, you put your stop loss at the right place and you put your take profit target at the right place, something like this, right? Before you place the trade. So what you do is this, you click on this your risk reward ratio tool, then you right click, right? Then you look for something called create limit order, right? Click on that. If you don't have your broker right here, if you have your broker, you can enter from TradingView. If you press buy or sell on TradingView, it will activate on your broker, right? But if you don't have your broker right here, just like me, you can just click here on paper trading just to get access to that tool I'm about to show you. So you just right click again, create limit order, and then you have this tool right here. So you can just come over here to market, right? Then you change this to risk, change this to risk in USD. There are other options right here, but this is right here, risk in USD. So here you write the exact amount that you want to lose on this market, assuming you're going to be risking $100 on this market, right? Good. Now here you change this to units, change it to units. So it will be showing in units. So this technically supposed to be your lot size, but remember it's in units, so it's not really lot. It's not 23,000 lots. It's showing 23,000 units. This is supposed to be your lot size, but this is in units. So I'll show you how to convert units to lots, right? So your exit is just showing you what your risk reward ratio is. It's showing 2.64, and if you look right here, you can see this is pretty much 2.72. So it's very, very close, right? Then here is just your take profit price and the pips that you're going to be getting. And if you scroll down, right here, you're going to be seeing that your risks is showing what exactly $100. So if price gets to this point, you're going to be losing exactly $100. And if price gets to take profit target, you're going to be winning $263, right? Now your units, that is your lot size. So let me show you exactly how to create it, how to calculate it. Um you just write this your unit on your calculator. So this is 23397, right? Let me show you. So you just come to the calculator and just do 23397, then you just do divide by 100,000. So any number you ever get here, any number you ever get on the units, just write it here and then you divide it by 100,000, right? Then you divide it by 100,000, then whatever you get, that is your lot size. That's the exact lot size you're supposed to be using. So you have to use 0.233, right? So you just use this first 0. Blah blah, right, to enter your lot. So that's pretty much it for this week. I'm pretty much not, is very likely I'm not going to be very active this week because I have exams. So just so you know, on the Telegram channel, you might not really see me active like that, right? So that's pretty much what we have for this week. I'll see you guys on next week's setups.